Hello and welcome. We're having another episode of Hero Wars How-To. Friendly reminder, we're streaming live on Friday, Free-to-Play Friday, 12 o'clock on Facebook, 4:20 on YouTube, Mountain Standard Time, -7 UTC. Today what I'd like to talk about is the Great Emerald Grab, also known as Astral Season. Spoiler alert, warning for you newcomers, new players, beginners, do not, I repeat, do not pay emeralds to win stuff. That's basically buying them. And here's why I mentioned this. Astral Season, second week. Now this event is going to happen for every player that is 40th level. As soon as you turn 40th level, this event will begin. You will follow the event for 30 days with the hopes of getting to the grand prize, this fancy chest. The second grand prize is a hero soul stone chest, 100 soul stones, 1,000 emeralds. Seems like a pretty neat treasure. If you pay 13, 15 bucks, you get all this extra stuff at the top. If you're free to play and you have pride in the fact that you earn your wins, you will be able to get all of this stuff at the bottom. Sure, they're nice little tricks. However, there's a big but, like lady in the third row of the church choir be having. But Astral Season is a scam, ladies and gentlemen. This event here for 1,050 coins, which is simply one step. Okay? To achieve this, the other day, Mr. Charlie did a spin of emeralds, spent 1,500 or 2,200 total emeralds before he got this, spending them at the chest. Now, I won't spend 130 to jump half the way up the tower. Now, the reason that this is important, now you've seen this, right? You also, if you played the game, you're aware some of these daily quests. We will get daily quests, and there's been at least 3 times, I'm sure there will be more, in which requirement is to level up one hero 25 skills. To do that in a day is going to force you to spend 10 emeralds just to get your new coins, or your new points. You get 20 a day. They set this on purpose, so it's going to cost you 10. That means within the month, if you only do those for 10, you might spend a couple hundred emeralds just in that, which is truly nonsensical. It's almost as nonsensical as paying 1,500 to 20, however many hundred, for one step in this thing. Now, I would not spend 1,200 emeralds on any of these things. I wouldn't. They're not the worth. But if you're a new player, you just don't know. So I'm going to go over to my other brand new team. He's level 42, and this is what I need to show you. If you're brand new in the game, it's going to be in your best interest to avoid getting to level 40 for as long as you can. Probably best time to do that is just after the new year, when the winter festival and the New Year's events are over, and then there will be a lull until spring. It's probably the best time to jump from level 40. The reason I say don't spend the emeralds, a lot of people like to double and triple dip on events, which means you spend emeralds and you get rewards from the 2 or 3 different events, as well as you get the stuff you spent the emeralds on, which is why spending money to go up in the tower, it's empty. I could go to the tower. I got to the tower in like 20 minutes, starting from the bottom. Didn't skip one. I didn't do so great on the choices. Now, you notice these are random, supposedly, which is 5 apiece. There's 15 chests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold. So aside from the -3 tower coins and the extra skulls or whatever, it was pretty much even Steven. Not a complaint. But here is where you get the complaints. I play very conservative. I save everything that I can. I made it to level 42, and this hero, utilizing all of the different options as far as what we call making emeralds. There are, I think, 5 total locations in the game. I believe it begins with the airship. It could begin with the first chest. Let's look here and see if I've done this. Yeah, okay. So the first chest you can open for 700 one time only. Go back to the first chest. This gives you an opportunity for 700 here, and then it gives you 1,000, all right? So you just made or earned or created 300 emeralds. Then here you get another 200 emeralds because you'll go here, you'll spend 800, you'll get a bonus of 1,000, okay? Then the next thing that's going to happen is, I think up here, you'll spend, well, this is the 700 to 1,000. So then must be here. You spend 2,000 or 2,500 and you get 3,000, I think. Yes, spend 2,500, the bonus will be 3,000. So that's another 500. So you basically just made 1,000 emeralds out of thin air. But as I sit, 4,480. The next thing that opens where you earn emeralds is up here. The Valley of the Elements gives you the opportunity. You spend 5,000 emeralds to open up this chest 10 times for 500 apiece. I think it's at 4,000 total. You spend 4,000, you open 10, you get 1,000 extra as a total of 5,000. At that point, you could have 5,000 emeralds plus all of the stuff that all those emeralds bought. Not a bad deal, unless you're not aware of this situation. Now, this first, I think, week for this team, all of these I could do without spending emeralds. I can level up a health glyph. Smartest thing to do, lower up the lowest. Now notice I'm missing these, so I'm not even going to be able to do that. See, 3, I can only up level it once. To get that, that means that I have to go to the campaign to work to earn those. I'll get 3 if I spend like 150. The campaign affects your team experience. This is a little bit of room, but I'm doing my best to conserve as much as possible, because when it comes to the tower and you're working your way from the bottom of the tower to the top, you can fight your way. The easiest way when you're low level, take 3 days, expect it to be 3 days, get up to as far as you can. The next day, skip for free, no emeralds needed, up to where you were at, -1, I think. Then you can use your strength to get to the top. The point is, once you get to the top, you'll be able to exchange the skull coins, which you win. From level 40 to level 65, I always grab the skull coin options, especially the first one, because all 3 are only cost 1, so the ratio is really good. And they'll go ahead and fight. I'll go over here, I'll do my other stuff, and this is why I suggest playing a Facebook and a web team at the same time. Isn't that nice? As I said, this team is level 39, and I'm doing everything I can. It's 11 points. 1 mission, possibly 2, and I'm into 40. Astral season starts, and then I'm trying to play catch up. At the end of this, 30 days from today, in the middle of that, I'll deal with the winter event, and I'll be doing more than too much stuff. Might be worth it, but at this point, I'm avoiding that team like the plague. I'll let it sit for a couple of months. I'll go back. I'll get a welcome back reward. All my friendship coins will have accumulated. Some other things may have accumulated, but and I told you I always grab those things and I skip them just out of habit. I probably got I got 9 Facebook teams and 21 web teams. Hard to keep track of all of it. My point being is, as you go up, I try to get my buffs that you get from those skull coins as close to 50% for the 3 of them across the board. Now, here you notice nothing there, no buffs, because I forgot to buy them. Now, the reason I love the tower, you get gold, you get items. The items are things you wouldn't be able to get unless you were doing the campaign, which costs you experience points. Your experience points push your team level up. Your tower is based on your team level, not your hero level. Therefore, you need to keep your team at... You need to keep your heroes at team level. Helps when I pay attention. Another important note, Nebula, she functions different than all the other heroes in that she requires 2 clicks. One sends the missile, the second one activates it. So here you have increased damage. I want that one. I've got recovery energy for 5, and also armor. There's another one that's let's see, who do we want to get that? Who needs energy? Let's give it to Galahad. Now again, I play on auto. I'm a player versus enemy. I don't care at all about opposing other people. I think it's juvenile, and it has no challenge for me. Here you notice I've been here a number of days. I haven't grabbed one of these. I don't care about Phobos. Sure, he's worth 5,000 gold coins apiece. I'm just not interested. I use these as examples for these videos, and at some point in the future, we'll do a giveaway and maybe allow some people, some fans, to win them. When we first started doing a podcast web stream video for this, whatever, we called it Tower Talk. And the idea was we just head up the tower and chat with you about stuff that we learned, allow you to watch along. If you didn't want to watch, you can just put it on your earphones and have something good in your ears while you're working your own campaign or your own Hero Wars game. Here you notice 50%, that's the lock. 8% on those. There's a purple one, there's a blue one, and then there's a gold one. I could have sworn I bought that other one too. Now we're 13 minutes into it. I'm not going to make you sit through this whole tower. I'm just going to show you what you want to do between level 40 and level 60. Fight. Just fight your way to the top. Like I mentioned, first couple times it's hard. Then you get to the top. The next day you get to skip halfway through it. That saves you half the battles. If you do it every day, you only have to really do 10, 15 battles at most. Here's the purple one at 40 and the gold one 6. As you notice, waiting for the animation is not required for most of these situations. The campaign, the tower, the dungeon, that's the center of life for free-to-play players. The one thing you'll notice, this speed-up combat is darkened because I'm not a VIP. I'm VIP 0. I don't pay to play the game. I play the game. And another treasure. And another attack. I mean, I can see why people do not like the tower. And I hate it when I've skipped through half the way for a week, and then one day I flub, I miss, I forget. The next day they want me to spend 130 emeralds. I'm not going to spend 130 emeralds to save me the 10 minutes of time it takes to get from bottom floor to level 25 that it allows you to skip to. And another goodie chest. Another thing that I personally enjoy about the game, when you first start, it's interesting to watch the combination of heroes that the computer puts together. Now that's the programmers, they designed it this way. And it could work so it's random, but I'm of the opinion paying attention to that would enable people to learn. Here's the purple one. I've got lots of those, but I'll take more. Now see, this is at 40, this is at 12. I'm probably going to skip any more purple ones and take the blue ones, which are armor, I think. And I tell you to do this because it is required. You have to, otherwise you won't make it to the top. After level 65, once my heroes were at least almost halfway full of all of their charges, and that's a lie because some of them were only a quarter of the way, but their skills were maxed to their team level, and their hero level was at team level, which meant going through all of these battles was predominantly a walk in the park. I don't have to think about it. I just click, I do proceed, I click, I do auto, I go and I do something, dishes, exercise, brush my teeth, whatever, and then I come back and it's sitting there waiting for me. Click auto, go do my thing. Do my thing over here. Let's see, let's log out. Let's show you another one that's at level 65. I think that one's actually spot on, level 65. Now, a lot of what I'm bringing up is to help you avoid the mistakes that the player versus players, the people who play the game with the intention and desire only to get their team built to the point they can battle other players. I've seen people with level 130 max can't beat levels I beat at level 93. And I'm 2/3 their power, and I'm beating levels that they're not even able to. And then they give up, and they just spend all their time in the dungeon, in the guild. And then they get sick of being around all this guild members that keep telling everybody, earn your titanite, do your this, do your that. Meanwhile, they're just sitting around collecting. Now here's the purple one. I'm not going to grab it. I've got 45, but I'll grab it. I'm not going to grab that other thing. I couldn't afford it if I wanted to. Now it's 20, so we're getting there. And within the 18 minutes we've been streaming, I don't know how long I've been up in this tower part, but 10 minutes, less than 15. Why did that shift again? Damn it. Sorry. Auto. Kind of have sleep there. Another good thing about Galahad, he's pretty weak until he gets to his blue rank. Then he starts getting the sacred daggers, which give him vampirism. What that means is he heals every time he attacks. A certain percentage of his attacking points are exchanged into healing points for him. In my opinion, much better choice for free-to-play players than Astaroth. Astaroth is just a big sponge, and his only purpose, the way they play, he keeps them sponged out until the other heroes get their energy up. And most people play blender mentality teams. Beat the other team as fast as you can and hope for the best. When it gets to arena and grand arena, remind you, those battles are fought in auto. So why would someone be afraid of auto when that's the way the computers are played? Now 28, 29, 30. we'll eventually get there. But for now, here, let me look at this 65 and then we'll close this out. Here you notice at level 65, that's 1/2 of max. My emerald or my artifacts are at going green, which is not good. They should be at blue. This is at 15. Hers is 13, 10, 12, and 12. So I'm working before I even move to 66, if I can help it. I'm going to get all of those to 15. I'm also going to get my artifact. That takes some time because I hate going to the airship. But it's slow, it's boring, it takes all day. Glyphs, these are mostly all to 15, or should be at a 20. There's 20, 20, 20, and there's primaries and secondaries. These at all 20. Now the goal for me, until I move to 66 or probably 68, which is where she gets to move up to level 2, that's when this will unlock. So I might get it to level 68. I'll play like it's frozen until I get there, then I'll keep it frozen until everybody's glyphs and everything are at half point plus 1 or 2, because 68 is 3 more than 65, so another level and a half, and that's only half strength, mind you. I think the smart money at 65 to 80, these should be filled to the max by 80. That I can see as a challenge. That includes skins. Should be at half, right? Hers is 20 out of 30. Granted, she's got 3 skins. So 6 times 3 is 18. Half of that is 90, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. So she's 30 of those behind. Notice I got no stones for those, so no worries with that. Hopefully this was a good introduction and gives you a super fast jump from level 0, just as a review, level 0 to level 40. You're going to be kind of autopilot, work the heroes that they give you, do not invest in anything that you do not need. I don't recommend investing much in Thea, but she's your only healer at first. Once you're done with her, meaning you've summoned Ruth. Is it Ruth? Martha. Once you've summoned Martha, put all your efforts and energies into Martha and whatever tank you choose. Then pick 3 damage dealers. It's really that simple. Me personally, this is one of my favorite lineups. I'll go to this other one. Ruth, Martha, Galahad, no one likes him. I love him. Astrid and Lucas, no one likes him. I love them, both. The reason I say no one likes him, she takes a long time to activate. Player versus player, pay to play, pay to win, players lose. They don't like her because they don't play the campaign. You know, when I did the campaign, I had a challenge the very first time getting past the Kraken. I might have been level 80. Now I can beat it at level 65 or 66 because I learned from my mistakes. At that level 80 team, mind you, once I got past that, the final 3, these were cakewalks. I was so amazed and so surprised. Got all the way to here, and then at 93, I remember, I beat Runaway Princess. Then it took me another leveling up to get to 94 to beat her a second time. I think I beat her on the 3rd time at 94, and then got advanced to 95, and at that point, I think that's when I did the videos. Because when I do a video, if I'm doing it on a certain point, I want to be sure that the team works, meaning 3 stars, 3 times, consistent. So, for Hero Wars How-To, reminder, we're going to try to live stream again, noon on Friday, 4:20 on Friday. That's free-to-play Friday, live streaming on Facebook at noon, high noon, live streaming at 4:20 Mountain Standard Time, -7 UTC on the YouTube. So for Hero Wars How-To, beginner, intermediate, advanced, We're all free to play, and we're all trying to beat the programmers. So good luck in the Dominion, and be safe out there. Peace.